Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another tropical forecast here by 80+ forecast. We have major updates now on Hurricane Hanna, our first hurricane of the Atlantic hurricane season here. It is within hours of making landfall in Texas. We already have flash flooding reports here for portions of the Texas coast, and we're expecting to make landfall within the next 6 to 8 hours here. So really getting really close to the coast, and this could possibly reach Category 2 force winds. It is very likely this could possibly become a Category 2. We have 75 miles an hour right now, but we can possibly expect 85 to maybe even 95 miles an hour, maybe even above that. So we're really watching that the possibility for having a Category 2 very soon, so really expect a high risk for flooding. Also going to be seeing some tornadoes are very likely as well. Going to be seeing 3 to 5 foot storm surge and maybe 15-foot waves as well, with over 2 feet of rain. It's going to be absolutely devastating Category 1 hurricane, maybe even Category 2 for areas of Corpus Christi and portions of southern Texas. This is going to bring in feet of water for inland areas, so please take precautions now. We now have extended hurricane warnings for much of the southeastern coast, and also tropical storm warnings have been extended all the way to the Houston Bay Area. Before we get the video, please subscribe if you're new. I want to do another update here on Hanna before 4 o'clock, because by 4 o'clock, that's when I have my birthday party. But I'll do as many updates as I can before my birthday party. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button if you really enjoyed the video. And also hit the post notification icon so you get notified as soon as I do hurricane updates on Hanna. Without further ado, let's get in this video. So here's the update on the National Hurricane Center. Here we got Hurricane Hanna here at 75 miles an hour at 982 millibar strength. It is now moving at 9 miles an hour. This actually has not updated, but the system is now moving 8 miles an hour, so it has slowed down a whole 2 miles an hour, which is absolutely crazy. They have so much time to actually strengthen to a Category 2. Gonzalo is not going to become anything. It's about to make landfall in Venezuela and possibly skinny areas like Colombia, but we're really going to see some nice, really confidence here with Hanna to possibly become 80 miles an hour with the next recon. Recon has found a below 975 millibars, so the system is getting very close to becoming a very organized Category 2. And this eye wall is also continuing trying to finish up and then close up, and that's when we can possibly see the eye wall and the eye starting to pop up. Right here is where we can possibly see the eye. You can kind of see that little dot right there. That's exactly where we can possibly see the formation for 9. Let me go ahead and find it right there. We are starting to see maybe an eye formation. That is very, very likely that can be an eye right now. So this system is going to become a lot more organized. Here you got the outer band. This system's so large. It's extremely large, this storm. Just look at all these bands. Perfect banding. A lot of cloud cover for portions of inland Texas. Now even Louisiana and the Bay of Campeche. We're seeing a ton of cloud cover. And this isn't a very large tropical storm. It's a very, very large tropical storm. Just look at this cloud cover. It is almost half the size of Texas, if not a little bigger. So it is a pretty big system. It really, really is. We possibly have an eye developing, which is absolutely crazy. The eye wall is starting to finish off right now. As you see here, we are starting to see the eye starting to possibly form right there. Here, absolutely crazy. We may or may not have an eye developing right now, as it's just all we need is just this little part to close up right there, and we have an eye right now. So really, if this is actually an eye developing here, we can very well see this becoming a huge increase in winds, maybe getting close to that Category 2 force winds if this is actually an eye. All we need is just this little convection to cover this up, really, and this will become a very organized Category 1 here, especially if this eye is rotated, this eye is forming. It does look like it is at some point, really. You can just see that little opening up in the center of the storm with the highest amount of convection around it. This is the eye wall. These high areas of convection, those are the eye walls right now, rotating with a ton of vorticity, and this is where we have right there, that little dot right there. Very well could be see a eye forming. Let's go look at the satellite imagery again. There you can see right there that potential eye right there. A very slower moving storm here, now moving at 8 miles an hour. So this system is going to be quite impressive now. A very large very large hurricane here for a July Gulf storm. It is covering a ton of the western. It's bringing a lot of cloud cover for a ton of the western Gulf here. It's going to devastate Corpus Christi. I know it's not even a major hurricane, but this will bring in 3 to 5 foot storm surge, possibly 15-foot waves, and possibly over 2 feet of rain. Add that up, that's possibly 6 feet, if not higher, of water over inland areas. Not 6 feet of storm surge, but 3 to 5 feet of storm surge with an additional 2 feet of rain. This will be absolutely crazy. The damage here, I do expect up to possibly $700 million of damage to $900 million of damage, just under $1 billion. Who knows if it does reach $1 billion? This is absolutely crazy. The storm here. Look at the moisture. It's absolutely crazy. Look at that eye right there. The eye is right there trying to develop that little area that has no moisture. There you got the eye walls right here. The eye walls are surrounding this whole storm with the highest amount of moisture. The eye walls are so close to finishing off the rotation, and there we got an eye. It is so close to having an eye right now. It has a little space to cover up. It'll be covered up by the next hour or so. Look at that. It is about to cover up, and we are so very close to having a finished rotating eye wall and possibly a defined eye. The amount of moisture on this thing is absolutely crazy. Just look at the eye walls. All this whole big area right here is the eye wall. Just where we have the highest amount of moisture, and that's where we're seeing the nice amounts of rain. Look, it's already starting to bring in a lot of moisture now for portions of the southeastern coast there for Texas. Already bringing in rain right now. Like I said, hurricane warnings have been issued a lot more now along the southeastern coast there. As you see, Hurricane Hanna right now, the 8 a.m. Central Time update. So this is just an hour update, and just update right now. It is now moving now at 7 miles an hour. This is a new 9 o'clock update. This is just updated 10 minutes ago. It is now moving at 7 miles an hour. This is a huge update. It has just slowed down 3 miles an hour since the last National Hurricane Center update, and that means we're going to be seeing a later landfall, which means it gives it more time to strengthen. This is a huge developing update with breaking news now as it slows down. This could possibly become a Category 2 now. Very, very likely. Look how much it still has to get to Texas right now. So Saturday PM update has now updated to 80 miles an hour on the National Hurricane Center. I would not rule out the possibility of them going to 85, if not 90, if this continues to slow down. Storm surge now has not updated. We now have 3 to 5 foot storm surge like I predicted here. I did predict 3 to 5 foot storm surge, and there it is for Corpus Christi. Let's just say it is going to be 5 feet of storm surge. That is easily going to pick up a car. That'll easily do a lot of damage for areas, and also add on the rain amounts. We're going to be seeing possibly in these areas for near Port Mansfield and mouth of the Rio Grande, you guys can possibly see 2 feet of rain. Areas near Corpus Christi can possibly maybe see just under a foot of rain. So that can be up to 6 feet of water over inland areas, also not including the high tide. We are also under high tide, so that will be another 2 feet of water. So this is going to be absolutely devastating for portions of southern Texas. Yes, it may just be maybe a Category 2 at most, but this will bring in feet of water. Flooding and storm surge is the main killer for tropical systems, not the winds, not anything else. So this is going to bring in feet of water no matter if you're as far as the mouth of Rio Grande. 3 foot storm surge is still easily going to pick up a car. 5 foot storm surge will create extreme currents in inland areas. That will actually possibly cover, depending how small your door is. That can go up as far as the door at your house, your front door, 6 feet, maybe even 7 feet, including rain, including the waves, including the high tide. We will be seeing extreme amounts of flooding here. 1 to 2 foot storm surge as far as the Houston Bay. We can see up to 2 feet of water that high as far as Houston. This is how big this system is. People need to stop underestimating this because of the category and think about the peak storm surge. 3 to 5 feet. 3 to 5 feet. That is mental. If this has become a Category 2, it may or may not go higher. San Antonio Bay, Matagorda Bay, Capona Bay, Arkansas Bay, Christie Bay, Baffin Bay. You guys are in the area for 3 to 5 foot storm surge. If you know anybody in these areas, tell them to evacuate. Evacuate right now. This will cover a lot of inland areas. It's going to be You guys won't even be able to drive once the storm surge gets over 2 feet. You will not be able to drive if you have already 2 feet of water. We're already seeing extremely heavy rain right now, so time is ticking right now for you to evacuate. Yeah, it may be a small category 2, or it is forecasted to maybe become a category 2, even though there's a category right now. The category does not matter. It does not matter. Look, we have hurricane warnings. No matter what, you should have left in a hurricane warning. Once you saw a hurricane warning, you should evacuate. Evacuate maybe as far as Houston. Evacuate into areas near Austin, somewhere where they won't have extreme storm surge. You can go somewhere where there's rain, just not where there's storm surge. 15-foot waves, 2 feet of water, 1 to 2 feet of water of rain, and high tide. We are seeing high tide that I know of, which means it's additional 3 feet of water. This could easily get to 7 feet of water, including rain, the waves, the storm surge, and the high tide. 7 feet easily, guys. 7 feet easily. That will absolutely be a river. A river. That means no person will be able to reach the bottom of the water. Do not take this lightly. Do not. We have hurricane warnings all the way from Port Mansfield to Corpus Christi, to a lot of bays. Very big bays are under risk for feet of water. McAllen, Brownsville, Port O'Connor, you guys are under a tropical storm warning. Do not take this lightly, because you are a tropical storm warning, which means you'll be seeing tropical storm force winds. You will. That is quite the strong winds. And this could very well be very devastating. As you see, bears near Brownsville, you guys can see as much as 1 to 3 foot storm surge. 1 to 3 foot storm surge is absolutely crazy enough. If we look at the timing here for tropical storm force winds, we will be seeing tropical storm force winds possibly arriving in many areas of inland Texas as early as 2 p.m. So you guys have 5 hours before these tropical storm force winds start entering, maybe just a bit earlier for portions that are right on the coast, maybe 1 p.m., 12 p.m. So these tropical storm force winds will be arriving quite soon. Let's go and check out now something very interesting that I want to look at. Microwave IR. Look at this whole eastern part of the storm. Look at this. Look at these eye wall. Look at this eye wall. This extreme rotation. Look at this. It is now developing an eye. It is now developing an eye. At this point, we will have an eye very, very soon. People are thinking, oh, this isn't having an eye. It's very strange. Look at it now. It is developing around. It is wrapping around. We are about to have an eye. We are this close. We are minutes away from having an eye, and that's when people start taking us seriously. We are so very close to having an eye. Absolutely crazy what is going to be happening here with microwave IR showing this possibly having an eye within right now. It is just wrapping around. Let's go and check out our satellite imagery here, whether it has wrapped around fully. It is so close to wrapping around. It is so extremely close to having an enclosed eye. High risk for flooding has been issued now for far southern parts of Texas with a 50% chance or higher for flooding. I did predict this actually yesterday, I believe. I did in my video. I did predict this exactly right in these areas. We are now having up to a slight as far as Houston, Louisiana, and a very widespread moderate for many areas of the southern portions of Texas. Here's the track guidance here. As you see, new update does show it possibly going all the way up right here into the mountainous areas. So these mountains would take it really fully apart there. But as you see, landfall just south of Corpus Christi there. As we now look at the vorticity, this is absolutely mental, this vorticity signature. We are seeing extremely high mental vorticity. Just compare this to freaking Gonzalo. Absolutely mental vorticity signature. We're going to be seeing mental vorticity. That's going to create a lot more convection. 10 to 15 inches of rain for portions of Texas. And actually, areas like the NAM 3KM model, NAM models, and GFS models are showing over this. I'll actually show you guys. They are showing up to 2 feet of rain on the NAM models and other detailed radars. Let's go and check out now, right here, the animation here of the radar. As you see, this system is now developing this enclosed eye right now. It is just getting an enclosed eye. It is now looking a lot more, a lot better. We're going to see this moisture kind of drift out like this. And there we go. This system is going to bring a ton of rain already. Rain report being reported for Corpus Christi, even bringing rain showers as portions of Lake Charles, bringing rain near areas near Brownsville, Corpus Christi. A lot of you guys are starting to see this really heavy rain, and it's going to continue to rain for at least 24 hours. So you guys definitely need to evacuate now. If now is the time. Look at where this thing is right now. It is so close to hitting Texas. It is within hours. It's already bringing its outer bands. It's already about to bring in trouble storm force winds. It's already bringing in some pretty big waves out here. Let's go check out the waves really quickly here. It's already bringing up to 5-foot waves for areas of Corpus Christi. It is now bringing currently 13 footers. It could, just updated. It is just updated. We are now seeing up to 16 footers right now for Hanna. We are seeing inland areas such as north of Corpus Christi are reporting 10-foot waves already. The bay areas of Texas are reporting 7-foot waves now. 7-foot waves. 7-foot waves. We are getting very close to 20-foot waves right now. Extremely close. Guys, do you not know how high 20 feet is? 20-foot waves constantly for hours. That will make the storm surge maybe even higher. It is high tide right now, guys. It is high tide. It is high tide right now. So can you guys imagine what it's like right now? What it's going to be like with 3 to 5 foot storm surge. Maybe even higher than 15-foot waves for hours. Constant 15-foot to 20-foot waves. And with maybe extreme amounts of rain. Here's now the GFS model here. As you see, this is the GFS, and it is showing quite the strong winds here for higher in the atmosphere, possibly going to bring in quite the strong winds right here. Look at this thing with the next right now, and then it's going to possibly really bring in possibly 96 miles an hour in the higher atmosphere. That's what Recon's finding. But let's go and check out now the 10-meter winds here. 10-meter winds are also pretty high as well. It is now possibly showing 10-meter winds. Look at this. Possibly right before landfall, 74 knots. That is 84 miles an hour. Getting very close to this potential Category 2. I do really still think Category 2 will happen. Let's go and check out now some models. The HWRF, which has been very accurate with Hanna. It is now showing within the next 9 hours, possibly 85 knots, which is 95 miles an hour. And then it's just going to reach Category 2 force winds. Just going to reach that 96 mile an hour mark. It will just make it, and it will be absolutely crazy. Let's go check out the NAN3KM model here. This is going to be showing you how much rain we're going to be seeing here. Let's go check this precipitation right now. Shall we go check out the amount of precipitation, really? Look at this. Monster storm for the NAN3KM model. Look at this. Possibly 961 millibars. Just look at the rain. This is absolutely crazy. You could not just sit here and look at that rain. Look at that total accumulated precipitation. Guys, we will be seeing over 2 feet of rain for portions of the inland areas of Texas. Look at this rain. Should I just zoom in for you guys? Look at that. Up to 20 to 24 inches of rain in these areas. That is absolutely immense right now with the amount of rain we're going to be seeing. We're going to be seeing feet of water in those areas. It's going to be absolutely not historic, absolutely mental and devastating, soon to maybe become Category 2 hurricane. So guys, this will wrap up the video. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please stay safe if you are in the track of the storm. Again, if you are watching this and you have not evacuated, please evacuate right now, guys. I'm telling you, the category, it matters, but it doesn't matter when it comes to lives, really, necessarily. Flooding, storm surges are the main killers, guys. We're already seeing right now, look at this update. It just updated. We're already seeing 15-foot waves for areas just off the coast. 15-foot waves. And this thing is now stalled. It is now slowed down 2 miles an hour. So it is now very likely for a Category 2 now that it's slowed down. And also, this will increase the rain. This will increase the flooding threat because it is going to continue slowly stalling a little bit, stalling at 7 miles an hour, really slowing down. So that's going to bring in outer bands, so moving over Texas. So really, we can very well see a lot more rain than expected. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Stay safe, and if you know anybody that has not evacuated in this area, please tell them to. Bye, guys.